in league history. It's the Eagles and the Raiders, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from the so-called Space City, Houston, Texas. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you. Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Eagles of Houston. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. We're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And we are underway from Houston. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that. Find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Mayfield to throw it. Now a quick throw. Be incomplete. Looking for Michael Mayer on the play, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So here are the Eagles now, backed up to start their first drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right, you got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that, because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Houston. A great play this one. A try here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Things a lot different than the last time they were on the field. Remember, they threw the interception, gave up the touchdown, and now trailing 7-0 and looking for a response. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It looks like a loss. Down to set him back on second.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On second down, this is Harris. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called out, right in the pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. The mistake there by the offense, Charles, they tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Extra point splits the uprights. That'll make the score 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raiders now set to get the football back. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Darius Slay with a pick. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake. Sweep. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Off play action. Sweet. He wants it all for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Looking to throw. Sweet. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They're brought down that time by Nolan Smith. This defense, tough to run against, and those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 57 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And they run with Harris off the option. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 8 yards on the ground, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
They got to give kudos to the offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Mayfield. Now inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae. Jones. 44 yards. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too.
And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Houston. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun. Sweet. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Eagles at 11-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football. And a touchdown! Touchdown! And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now here's another carry for Harris. And it pushes way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And it'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. 1 yard to pick up leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Deep to return is Kevontae Turpin. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to...
And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Houston. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Back to throw. Sweet. Touchdown, Eagles. Great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. After a break down the middle, and lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Following the fumble recovery. Sweet. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point right down the middle. That is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield off the play fake. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It's like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And out now come the Eagles. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up. And
this is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw, Mayfield. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Sweep. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Raiders. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Raiders are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, you know, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Houston. 56 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Back to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forcing throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. They run again with Harris. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Mayfield, and this throw brought in here by Mayer. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. That brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Lucky coverage by Houston. It's a 4th down.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Mayfield now. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Jacoby Myers from 19 yards away. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Max Crosby blowing up the... sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Throwing, Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Now Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the offense. Lead now with 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Muscles him off. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. Throw out left, caught by Mayer. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from the halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. Now he's loose again. Touchdown, Eagles. Great effort there. Taking it in. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching them. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 109 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jalen Carter. And there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. To force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Houston set to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
2nd down and 3. An option handoff given to Harris. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Mayfield to throw it. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Devon. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Cavante Turpin now to return. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Let's get out of here with a W, offense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it go again. He's got him in. Complete. Now he's into the clear again. Touchdown. Big play there. 85 yards. And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will increase their lead to 28. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. Caught by Mayer. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
First down, Mayfield. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 127 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Play fake. Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And this is caught. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Mayfield now on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
To throw, Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. Touchdown, Eagles! Great play! 63 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's Mayfield. Eagle pressure, too much this time. There he goes. They'll bring the safety this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Eagles stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Raiders have the ball back, and here comes Devontae Adams to the field again. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
Now Mayfield lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession.
You know, under pressure, they got him again. Nolan Smith, he's the one that drops him this game. That pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
My vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Off play action. Sweep. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Eagles continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take...
This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Houston. 56 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Operating from the gun. Sweet. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point right down the middle. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. Whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Second down, Mayfield. That's caught by Myers. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Houston's offense taking over again. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the left sideline. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead. And now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up. And he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller, because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant. And they're able get this one across the 35. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Third and long for Mayfield. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. A first down throw for Mayfield. Throw caught by Mayer. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
As a quarterback, you got to be cautious. You got to understand where the pressure is going to come from. This time, it's a cornerback coming after him. And this time, the cornerback just a bit late getting to him. The penalty assessed.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Mayfield now.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, you're big concerned protecting your quarterback, even a chance to try to throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Off the play fake. Sweet. And that will be incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you know, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
You see this a lot on corner blitzes because they don't often get a shot at the quarterback, so they want to take it when they can. But this time, the hit came too late. Easy call for the official.
Throwing, Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Amari Hooker. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from...
And that's caught inside the 35. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Charles are still there. Despite that huge lead, and some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
The extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game is really last. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination